Okay, guys, in this video, we are just going to have a little chat, me and you. We are going to talk about psychology and money, okay? And honestly, this is probably the most important video in the entire course. I never thought that when making the Discord and teaching people this model, psychology and money would be the thing people struggle with the most. But man, when I tell you 80 to 90% of people who DM me and they say, "Hey, Tempo, I'm trying the model. It's not working. Can you look at my trades? Or can you look at what I'm doing wrong and give me feedback?" It's almost always psychology and money. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And what happens is it's two things. It's either A, they're not waiting for good setups, right? We talked about confluences. We talked about what makes a good setup versus a bad setup, the major liquidity sweeps with the SMT, with the good momentum. And we talked about all that. And a lot of these times, these people are DMing me and they're showing me their trades. And it's like, they take a decent setup, it loses, they get on tilt, they want to make the money back, and now they'll just take 3 or 4 subpar setups with no valid entries, no confluences, and they get chopped up in bad price action, and now they want to know why they're red. And that, no model in the world can help you with that. Whether you trade IFEGs, whether you trade EMAs, VWAP, patterns, the moon phases, whatever you trade, if you cannot be disciplined and stick to your model and your checklist and get out of the market when conditions are not favorable, you're never going to be green no matter what. Okay, so that's just number one. It's like, that is why I like the IFEG model, because it can make trading somewhat mechanical. If I have a checklist, if I have 3 or 4 things that I write down that I want to see happen before I take a trade, right? So major liquidity sweep, premium and discount, good reactions and momentum, right? And then a strong draw on liquidity. 4 things right there. If that does not happen, I don't press buy or sell no matter what, okay? And that keeps me out of bad trades, right? If we're in the middle of a range, right? If we're in the middle of a range, let's say on the top end, we have a London high, on the bottom end, we have a London low, and New York open, we're right in the middle of the range. There's no reason for me to take a trade until one of those sides sweep. I could literally go on TradingView, hit add alert on the top, add alert on the bottom, get notified when one of those levels sweep, and go put on Netflix on my second monitor and just wait. And that is better than a trader who is trying to get in a setup every 5 seconds and trading in that range, right? Because you just want to take the highest probability setup. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. You can have a guy who takes 3 to 4 setups a month and who make more money than a guy who takes a setup every single day. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to get the idea that I have to take a trade every day or I have to take a trade every 5 minutes out of your head. It only matters what you make at the end of the week, or even more importantly, at the end of the month. That's the only thing that matters. As long as you're green, as long as you're consistently making money, don't worry about the day-to-day. Not every single day or open is going to look the same, right? Tuesday, we could have great price action, great opportunity, great momentum, and then Monday's just shit. And we shouldn't treat those days equally and have to take a setup in both of those days. You know what I mean? So psychology is just really important, man. It's just really important. And people just get chopped up and they get emotional and they get on tilt and they forget all of the stuff I'm teaching them about checklist and probabilities and quality. And I cannot help you if you're going to not listen to yourself and be undisciplined. It's the number one thing in trading. The second thing is having confidence. A lot of people, they tell me, "Hey, Tempo, I'm seeing the good setups. I'm in your lives and I just can't press the button. You know, like I'm hesitating. I don't know what it is." And that's a couple things. That's 2 things. That's being scared of money, and that's being not confident in your model. For me, I have taken these IFEG reversals and these IFEG setups hundreds of times, and I've made thousands of dollars trading these setups. So I know if I get all my shit aligning, all my checklists, all the things aligning, I'm entering that trade no matter what. I'm not going to say, "Oh, I'm trading 20 accounts. I'm so nervous. If I lose this, I'm going to be down 5,000, 10,000. No, I manage my risk. I enter, I risk properly. I manage my risk. I enter how I enter. and I'm okay with the results because I know that if I take enough quality setups over time, right, with good risk management, I will be green more often than not. You understand? So you cannot be fearful. You cannot be fearful. You need to take action and have conviction when a good opportunity presents itself, and stop hesitating when good setups present itself. And then the second thing is, like I said, being attached with money. You know, I had a person come to me and they were saying the same thing. Like, I'm having trouble psychologically, taking setups, having conviction. And I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. And I said, how many prop firm or funded accounts are you trading? And they said 20. And I said, wow, you're trading 20 accounts. That's pretty big. How many payouts have you gotten before? And he said 0. And I said, that is your problem. You have gotten 0 payouts and you are trying to trade 20 funded accounts. That is an insane amount of capital. You can make $40,000 a month hitting payouts with that right there. You're going from, you're skipping steps 2, 3, and 4, and you're just going to step 50. I always recommend, if you're a beginner, try one evaluation account, pass it, go to one funded account, pass it, and then get a payout on that account. When you pass that account, the challenge, don't try to buy 3 to 5 to 10 accounts. Just go to that one account, get a payout on it, and now you can use that payout money to scale to 3, and then to 5, and then to 10, and then slowly build that up over time. But if you have no experience with payouts or success in the prop firm game, and you're trying to trade 20 funded accounts at once, the amount of psychological pressure and doubt and just, it's going to affect your trading and mess you up, dude, and really affect your performance. So psychology is everything. You're just going to have to learn. I mean, it's the hardest thing in trading. It probably is harder than the model itself and the mechanical entries and the technical analysis itself. Just psychology, man. People ask me how I got through it. How anyone gets through life. As humans, we adapt. I got hurt so many times, and I went from a green day to a red day so many times that I've wired my brain. I don't care if the market goes up 1,000 points. If my checklist does not present itself and my entry model is not there, I will not take a trade. And that's hard. And that's hard. But I see the results. I see the success that I've had. I've seen how consistent this shit can be, and I'm staying disciplined. And yeah, that's really it, man. That's really it. So that's all I can tell you. Journaling can help. If you journal and you journal over a long period of time, and you're journaling 30 to 60 to 90 days, and you're seeing that every time you blow up and you have a big red day, you're just over trading and you're taking bad setups, it's psychological. If you have a bad red day a lot, and you're seeing that you're taking good setups with good confluences and good criteria, but you're just losing, it could be variance, it could be you're executing it wrong, it could be something mechanical. But if you're having a bad red day and you're seeing your trades and they're not quality setups with good confluences, it's all psychological and can be avoided. So that's really it. I don't know if there's anything psychology related I want to talk about. Really, another thing is, like, don't look at your P&L during trades. Like, I don't look at anything. I trade the chart. I don't open the P&L. I don't see all my copied accounts going at once and seeing the big numbers and getting dopamine. I don't do that because that's going to affect my emotions. I just trade the chart. I enter based on the chart. I trim based on the chart. And whatever the P&L says at the end of the trade, that's what it is. Right? Some people will be up 50 points and they'll see a big green number and they'll just get out. And that's not mechanically sound. You need to trade like a robot and trade the chart. So that's another thing that can help with psychology. I would also say having funds, having side income is very, very important. You know, like, have savings built up, have 6 to 12 months of savings, or have, you know, a job coming in where if you blow up and you do absolutely horrible in trading, it's not the end of the world. You have money coming in. You're not going to be homeless. You're going to have food on the table, because if you have to perform no matter what, it's going to affect your trading. You're going to take this setup and you're going to say, yo, if I don't win this, if I'm not green at the end of the week, I don't know how I'm going to afford rent. That's a recipe for disaster. You need to almost trade freely, where you're saying, I'm going to trade the chart. I'm going to trade as freely as possible. Whatever happens, happens. I'm going to take good setups, and we'll let the probabilities play itself out. Don't put pressure on yourself where you have to perform. Emotions, emotions, emotions. I keep saying this. And I think that's it. Psychology and money. I think that's it. I think the last thing I'll leave you with is don't compare yourself. Do not compare yourself to other people's journeys. Whether you're making nothing, whether you're negative, whether you're making a couple $100, whether you're at where I'm at and you're making a couple $1,000 or $10,000, there's always going to be someone above you, and there's always going to be someone below you, no matter what. That's life, that's trading, that's everything. I make $10,000 plus a month from trading. That's great for me. There's people out there that make $100,000 a month trading, and $10,000 a month would be horrible. But I don't compare myself to them, and I don't say, wow, I feel so bad about myself and I'm like horrible because I'm not on their level. I stay in my own lane. I'm in a different part of my journey to them. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm consistent. I'm making life-changing money, and that's it. And I focus on myself. I don't open up social media and see all these gurus flexing $100,000 days and Lambos and Ferraris, and that affects me in the back of my mind. So now when I enter my next trade, I'm like, you know what? Let me go for 100 points instead of 20 or 30 because I need to hit a home run like these guys are doing. No. Stay in your own lane. Do you. Whether you're trying to pass your first challenge, get your first payout, whatever the case may be, set realistic goals for yourself and try to get better every single day. And that's how you're going to see gradual progress. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Psychology and money, very, very important. I hope a lot of people watch this video and understand that taking one setup a day or taking a couple setups a week that are quality and have good confluences will have a way higher win rate, will make you way more money than forcing a trade every single day in bad conditions and bad price action. It's very, very important, man. You need to be disciplined. You need to be patient. A lot of trading is a waiting game, and I hope you find results, man. So that's pretty much it. We have a couple more videos left, and we will be done with this free course. Hope you enjoyed. Let's get into the next video.